Welcome back to Hard Time Sports. I'm Matthew. This topic is my NFL weekly picks for the NFL 2017 season. This is week number 14, my picks. Let's start off with tonight's game. You got a great game today between two divisional opponents, the New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons on today, December 7th. I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints to beat the Atlanta Falcons because I think their running game is one of the best in the NFL, led by Alvin Kamara and Mark Ingram, that are better than Coleman and Freeman of the Falcons. Yes, the game might be in Atlanta, which is a tough place to play, but I think at the end of the day, the New Orleans Saints will be able to run the ball, and Drew Brees will be able to complete some good passes down the field. And I think at the end of the day, the Falcons will have a couple turnovers that'll cost them the game. So I'm going to take the Saints to go into Atlanta and beat the Falcons tonight. Now let's go to Sunday, December 10th games this week for Week 14. Let's start off with the first game on Sunday. The Indianapolis Colts at the Buffalo Bills. Colts stink. They're terrible. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills, who aren't much better, but it's at Buffalo and it's going to be cold outside. So I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills. I don't know if Tyrod Taylor, the quarterback, is going to play, but I don't think it's going to matter. I'm going to take the Bills to beat the Colts at home just because the Colts are that bad. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. The Detroit Lions at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to take the Detroit Lions to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because I think the Lions will bounce back after getting destroyed by the Ravens last week. So I think they will beat Tampa, plus Jameis Winston is playing like garbage this year. And the Buccaneers were supposed to be one of those teams that was going to be in the playoff hunt. Not so fast. They're not ready. Jameis Winston took a step back this season, so I think the Detroit Lions are going to beat the Buccaneers on Sunday. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. You have the Oakland Raiders at the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm just going to say Oakland because the last 4 or 5 weeks I've taken the Chiefs, and they've lost every single time that I have taken them. So I'm just going to flip the dice, and I'm going to take the Oakland Raiders to beat the Chiefs in Kansas City on Sunday. Game's up for grabs. I don't know who's going to win. Alex Smith last week played great for the Chiefs, but the rest of the team stunk. I don't know if Amari Cooper is going to be back for the Raiders. If he is, he needs to step up big time because Michael Crabtree is still suspended for one more game with that fight a couple weeks ago against the Broncos, Aqib Talib. So he'll be out this week as the second game of his suspension. But I still don't think it matters because the Chiefs are falling apart. I'm going to take the Raiders to beat the Chiefs. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. You have the Seattle Seahawks at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Two teams that are trying to make the postseason. But I'm going to go in experience on this one, and I'm going to take the Seahawks to go into Jacksonville to beat the Jaguars. Even though the Jaguars are surprising me a little bit this year at an 8-4 record, and I think Seattle has the same record, but I'm just going to go just on experience at this time of year is why I'm going to take the Seahawks to beat the Jaguars in a close game on Sunday. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. You have the San Francisco 49ers at the Houston Texans. 49ers may have won last week after C.J. Beathard got hurt the week before, and Jimmy Garoppolo started for the 49ers. But it's in Houston, and I don't know if the 49ers are that good of a team to win 2 road games. So I'm going to take the Houston Texans, led by their quarterback, Tom Savage, filling in for Deshaun Watson, who's out for the year. So I take Houston over the 49ers on Sunday. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. This one should be an easy piece of cake walk game, but it could be a trap game. The Green Bay Packers at the Cleveland Browns. Can the Cleveland Browns get their first win on Sunday? Absolutely not. The Green Bay Packers will beat the Cleveland Browns without a doubt, even though Aaron Rodgers isn't playing. If the Packers can win this game, Aaron Rodgers is eligible, and he will come back the following week against the Carolina Panthers, the following week against the Vikings, and then I believe their last game is against the Lions. If they can win out, go 10-6, the Green Bay Packers can make the playoffs. Got to win out. And I think they will start it off, and they will beat the Browns. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. Chicago Bears at the Cincinnati Bengals. Chicago Bears offense is terrible. One of the worst offenses in the NFL. But their defense is not that good as the last few weeks. and I don't think their defense is going to be good enough this week to get the job done. Their offense is weak. I'm going to go the Cincinnati Bengals are going to beat the Bears at home this week. Now let's go to the next game on Sunday. Ooh, this one was a toughie to pick. Yeah, the hot rod team and the Minnesota Vikings at the Carolina Panthers. Panthers lost last week. They want to try to get back on the winning track, but it's not going to happen. I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings to beat the Carolina Panthers in Carolina this week. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. The Washington Redskins at the LA Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers to win this game. Phillip Rivers is playing great. Hopefully he can get in the playoffs and make some noise and try to get to the Super Bowl for the first time in his career. It'll be tough, but if there's one guy who's hungry enough to get it done, it will be Phillip Rivers. I think they will beat the Redskins to make that point on Sunday. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. You have the New York Jets at the Denver Broncos. Seems like the Denver Broncos are just trying to tank their season to get a better draft pick. Just like a lot of teams at this time of year. We already know you're out of the playoff race. Tank your season, get a better pick. I'm going to take the Jets to go into Denver and to beat the Broncos handily. Broncos are falling apart. 0 quarterback play. Haven't had it since Peyton Manning left. What have they done since Manning left? The last 2 years, garbage. No quarterback. So I'm going to take the Jets over the Broncos. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. The Tennessee Titans at the Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to take the Tennessee Titans to win this game. Why? Because they're in a playoff race. They need to win this game to stay with Jacksonville for that division. I think Tennessee Titans get it done against the Cardinals on Sunday. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants. I think the Dallas Cowboys will win this game because the New York Giants are just like the Denver Broncos. They're going to tank their season to get a better draft pick. It's quite obvious. That's why they're losing games. So the Cowboys will beat the Giants. Now, let's go to the next game on Sunday. This is going to could be the NFC Championship game, but it's played this particular week. Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles, who lost last week, at the LA Rams. I think the Eagles will have a 2-game losing streak. I'm going to take the Rams to beat the Eagles in a close game, but it's at LA. I don't see the Eagles winning this game. They're going to be on a 2-game losing streak after this game. Now, let's go to Sunday Night Football's game between the Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, the Pittsburgh Steelers this past Monday did not play their best game of the season. But I still think it's a rival game against the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to take the Steelers in a close game on Sunday Night Football this week because it's at Pittsburgh. If it was in Baltimore, I might take the Ravens, but I'd probably still take the Steelers because they're the better team right now. So the Steelers will beat the Ravens. Now, let's go to the Monday Night Football game on December 11th this week between the New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to still take the New England Patriots to beat the Dolphins because the Dolphins stink. Yes, they played good last week because they played a team that was throwing their season in the Denver Broncos, and the Patriots will win this game. Even though Rob Gronkowski, is not going to play because he's serving a 1-game suspension, I still think the Patriots have enough to go into Miami and get the job done on Monday night. So those are my picks for week number 14. But if you don't want to remember who I picked, here are my picks as my quick recap for the week. For tonight, I'm taking the Saints over the Falcons. On Sunday, I'm taking the Buffalo Bills over the Indianapolis Colts, the Detroit Lions over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the Oakland Raiders over the Kansas City Chiefs, the Seattle Seahawks over the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Houston Texans over the 49ers, the Green Bay Packers over the Cleveland Browns, the Cincinnati Bengals over the Chicago Bears, the Minnesota Vikings over the Carolina Panthers, the LA Chargers over the Washington Redskins, the New York Jets over the Denver Broncos, the Tennessee Titans over the Arizona Cardinals, the Dallas Cowboys over the New York Giants, the Los Angeles Rams over the Philadelphia Eagles, the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Baltimore Ravens, and the New England Patriots over the Miami Dolphins. Those are my picks for week number 14. Until my next blog, which will be about the Heisman Trophy this season in college football. Talk to you later. I'm Matthew. Enjoy the blog.